Welcome to the 2021 Turkey Hunting Series. It's been a long time since we've got to sit down and talk about these old spring gobblers, it seems, but actually turkey season is just not that far away. For some of us that start our season in March and 1st of April, it's just going to be right here around the corner. Some of us have got a little bit longer to wait because of the seasons may be opening later, but before too long, we'll all be out there doing what we love the most, and that is chasing these old long-bearded turkeys. I hope this series that we're getting ready to share with you in the next 3 months will help you become a better turkey hunter. We're going to be discussing a lot of things that some of you requested for me to discuss this year, so you stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button because we got a lot of information and we want you to stay updated on all the videos. So you hit that subscribe button and make sure to stay following this channel. And the first video, I really want to just take a few moments in this first video and discuss how you can become a better turkey hunter than you was last year. How was your 2020 season last year? Was it a good one or was it a struggle? I know for a lot of people, including myself, it was a struggle. It really was. I managed to kill a few birds, but man, I had to work for them, and it was really tough. And I think that's the way it mostly was around all, just about all parts of the country. A lot more pressure due to the coronavirus and people being out. It was just a difficult year, but did manage to get on a few turkeys and had a great spring. But how was your season? Well, if you struggled and maybe you just didn't have the success that you wanted to have, now's the time that you got to step it up a little bit. And that's, well, that's what I'm here for. I don't claim to know everything. I don't claim to be the best turkey hunter in the world because I'm far from it. There's always somebody better. But, I have killed a lot of turkeys and I have hunted them in a lot of different situations and regions. So I think I kind of got a little bit of knowledge to share with you that I think will help you. And the traffic here on my channel a lot is new turkey hunters that's just looking how to get into turkey hunting and how to really hunt them, or guys that has been turkey hunting for a while but maybe they're just not having the success that they're wanting to have, and so they come here to learn an in-depth strategies of things they can apply that maybe they just don't know. So we try to balance it out, and we try to help the new hunters, and we try to help the guys that are a little bit more advanced. But here's the question: if you want to become a better turkey hunter in 2021, are you willing to change some things and do some things different? Now, I'm going to tell you a quick little story, and maybe this will help you, and you can relate to this. When I first started turkey hunting, of course I turkey hunted when I was a little kid, and I killed a couple turkeys when I was little, but I didn't really get into spring turkey hunting until I was probably in my late teens, back in the early 90s. Now, when I got into turkey hunting seriously, that for the first few seasons I struggled just like all new turkey hunters. And even though I managed to kill some turkeys, the ones that I killed, I might kill maybe one a year, maybe sometimes I'd luck up and kill 2 a year. But looking back at it, it was always turkeys that were just wanting to die. Not really, but they're the ones that's really just, you could squeak on a call and sound terrible, and they're going to come running into you because they're by themselves. Maybe they're a 2-year-old or 3-year-old that's just ready to, breed a hen. So you could just get up and whistle Dixie, and they pretty much run on top of you. So they were easy turkeys to kill. Now, after doing that for 2 or 3 years and thinking that I was a pretty good turkey hunter, I found out when I started getting beat up all the time by these turkeys and starting to really wear on me mentally and starting to really feel like I didn't know what I was doing because I really didn't. Then you have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I don't think I'm as good as I think I am. And so if that's where you're at, that's okay. We all started there. But the main thing is you got to be honest with yourself. Don't go out here and acting like you're, God's gift turkey hunting and say, oh, nobody can teach me nothing. Always be willing to learn. And I'm still willing to learn things, and I'm still willing to go out every season and try to take away something that I didn't before. Last year, I learned a couple things from last year just from the pressure alone that people were putting on turkeys all across the country. And there were some things that I really learned that I can't say that I didn't know, but I really just put more into play. So you always want to be open to learning something and listening. So you got to be honest with yourself and say, how good of a turkey hunter are you? Now, in the early 90s, I struggled. Like I said, killing one, maybe one, two, and that happened for a while. It was in 1998 when I really stepped it up and I realized that the things that I was doing wrong. And that particular year was the first time I ever tagged out. And I killed a couple of really tough turkeys that year, but it really taught me a lot. And by the end of that season, I really realized, you know what? I think that I've changed a little bit this year, and I've really kind of got a hold on this. And so that was the year that kind of changed it for me. You don't have it here in your head. If you get defeated mentally, you might as well just hang the camo on, hang it up on the rack, go sell your shotguns and go buy golf clubs or tennis rackets and just go do something else. Go fishing or something. Because turkey hunting is a mental thing. So if I could give any advice to you starting out this year in this series, it's learn how to become a better turkey hunter here. It's not so much your gun, it's not so much your camo, it's not so much having all this fancy stuff, even though, I like good stuff, all my equipment's good, and I think you should have the best equipment you can afford. But at the same time, always remember you got to have it here. If you don't have it here, then it don't matter what kind of gun you got, don't matter what kind of calls you have, it don't matter how much you pay for them, it don't matter what you have in your arsenal. If you get defeated here, then the game's over. So turkey hunting is a mental thing. You have to be able to be mentally strong and not give up. And there's a few things you may have to adjust to get there. Now, this next little thing I'm going to give to you and how I became the turkey hunter I am today is a hard one. This is really hard, but this is something you're probably going to have to do. Some of you are going to have to stop hunting with your buddies that you're hunting with previously or now. And I know that's hard because we all like our friends, we all like to hunt with our buddies, and maybe even the guys you deer hunt or fish with, and they want to go turkey hunting, or maybe they got a little bit of a knowledge of turkey hunting. If they're not on your level passionately, if they're not where you're at, and they're not with you, and they just, to them, turkey hunting is just going out and listening to turkeys gobble, and they've had a good morning. You're going to have to get away from them people. Now, when I first started turkey hunting in the early years, the early 90s on before 1998, I hunted with a lot of friends. I'd go out, but all my friends that was into turkey hunting, here was the problem. The problem was all of them, and they were good guys. I'm not saying they wasn't, but to them, a good morning was going out and listening to turkeys gobble. And if turkeys gobbled, then and we worked a couple, maybe they didn't come all the way in, that was a good morning. They was ready to leave at 9 o'clock and say, boy, that was a great morning. We had a great man. Turkey was gobbling, and boy, we just love getting out there and hearing them. Boy, he almost come in, but that was a good morning to them. They were tickled to death. And by 9:30, 10 o'clock, when the turkeys shut up and kind of, got what they're hen, they was ready to go to the house. But because I rode with them, and because that, I didn't have a four-wheel drive, so mostly I went with them and a lot of days. I had to leave when they left. Well, I had to get to where I stopped hunting with these guys because they were holding me back because I wanted to stay out there. I wasn't into just hearing turkeys. I want to kill turkey. To me, a good morning was having a turkey across your back, going out with him, not sitting there just listening to him going, woo, we heard turkeys. So if you're hunting with people that's just not mentally there with you, you're probably going to have to hunt by yourself. You're just going to have to do it. And that helped me a lot advance into being a pretty good turkey hunter, was just getting away from people that was holding me back. And you're going to have to probably do that too. And then probably something else you're going to have to do right quickly is you're going to have to, of course, get better at your calling. Now, calling is important. Now, we've talked about woodsmanship. That's really important too. In fact, we got a video last year that was really good, really popular, about woodsmanship versus calling, which one is more needed. And we talked about the importance of both. Now, but good calling is important because you're not going to find a turkey around every corner that's just wanting to run in and get shot. You're going to find them finicky turkeys that's going to take some finessing, and you're going to have to work them turkeys But right now is the time you get better at your calling. And how do you do that? Practice, practice, practice. But it's the right kind of practice. You see, a lot of guys will take a mouth call like this, you know, because that's usually what they practice a lot on. Or, you know, with any call, box call, it don't matter what you use, slate call, get better at it. But practice the right way. And when you're in your truck, or when you're around the house, or when you're in your yard, or wherever you're at in the off season, here's the kind of practicing you want to do. For two reasons. One, it's going to kill you more turkeys, but two, it gets you in the habit of calling this way. Here's what a lot of guys make the mistake doing. They get a new mouth call and they'll just pop it in. They'll start yelping and cutting and, you know, doing that loud calling, and that's practicing. That's not the right practicing, because anybody can do that. You know, when I first started out in them early years, that was what I did. I'd pop the mouth call in and just go real loud, and turkeys would gobble back at me, and I thought, woo, all right, I'm going to kill him. And I wound up not killing him because I was calling like that constantly, because it was a habit. So here's what you want to do. You want to practice soft calling. You've heard me preach this for years, but it's still true. You want to practice calling softer. And so in the offset, because you already know how to do all this loud stuff. You already know how to yelp and all that stuff, so you don't need to do that. You want to practice this, you know, you want to practice the soft calling like and a lot of other things you can do. We could go into a lot of soft calling. We probably will, you know, in more videos. You know, the whines, the whistles, and a lot of the soft under the breath calling we've talked about in the past. But just little things like get in the habit of doing that. That way, when you pop that mouth call in, you're not so ready just to blurt it out. Now, I'm not saying there's not a need for loud calling, of course, to locate turkeys or whatever and get them fired up. But you're going to kill more turkeys if you become a master at soft calling. So that's something you want to really practice. And then number three, and I think finally, and this is again is what it all boils down to, is you've just got to win right here in your mind. It's a mental thing. You've got to make yourself stay out there longer and stay out there at a quitting time, whatever your quitting time is. Now here's how you really become better at the mental thing. And here's a little tip that helps me and has helped me in years past. Here's what I tell myself. When my back starts hurting and my butt starts hurting, and man, I just start getting to where I feel like I just want to go to the house and call it an early day and just maybe not even go, you know, the alarm goes off and maybe it's a little bit misty out, or maybe it's windy, or, you know, just whatever. And you just think, man, I'm so tired. I've been going every day. I'm tired, I'm wore out. I just don't feel like going. I think I'll just sleep in today. Well, okay, here's what you tell yourself, because that's mentally defeating you. That could be the day you kill the turkey. That could be the day that it all works for you. But here's what you tell yourself. Most turkey seasons around the country is only about a 3 to 6 week season, you know, depending on where you live. You know, I think here in Missouri it's 3 weeks, in Virginia it's 6 weeks, and somewhere else it may be 2 weeks, somewhere else it may be 4 weeks. So it's pretty much, you know, a spring thing. So we only know we got, you know, 4, 6, 3 weeks, maybe sooner, depending on where you live. So here's what you tell yourself. When you feel like you don't want to go, you say, I only got 4 more weeks. I've only got 2 more weeks. I've only got 7 more days. I've only got 5 more days to do this. And when you start telling yourself that, and you start giving yourself a pep talk, man, I'm tired, but I've only got 3 more weeks to get this done. You start getting that, you know, you start getting that flow. Okay, I got to get this done. This is the time that we wait on all year. I'm not going to sleep in. I'm going to go. Because every day you stay in that bed, and every day that you call it quits early could be the very hour you need to kill a turkey. I have killed a lot of turkeys in my life the last 30 minutes before quitting time. If I'm hunting a state where it's 12 o'clock shut off or 1 o'clock shut off, I've killed a lot of turkeys at 11:30 or you know, or 12:30 or 12:45. You know, I've killed a lot of turkeys in that last 15 minutes where they didn't gobble, but maybe 15 minutes before. But you know, if I would have just called it quits and got mentally defeated, you know, I wouldn't have killed him. So you just got to tell yourself that, and that's going to help you become a lot more successful this coming year. Now, I know all 3 of these little tips probably are really simple, and you think, boy, you know, we all already knew that, but just an introduction to this 2021 turkey series. We're going to be talking about a lot in the coming weeks, so make sure to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about a lot of advanced strategies and calling. So you make sure to follow us here and share this with all your turkey hunting friends as well, and hopefully you'll become maybe a better turkey hunter by the end of it. Also, check out all the great links in the description below, all of our sponsors. Check out springfevercustomcalls.com, where you can get my signature series box call that we came out with last year, that a lot of you bought and was successful with it, and some of you said it was a great, one of the best calls you ever put in your hand. This is from springfevercustomcalls.com. Also, my Matt Dell signature series 2.5 old slime mouth call. Old slime box call, old slime mouth call. Check them out at springfevercustomcalls.com. I know you will really enjoy both of them. Also, check out SOSO Outdoors. Check out our website, delloutdoors.com. Also, check out my Facebook page and like and follow me there as well, and all the great links below. And I'd really appreciate it. And like I said, we're going to be having a lot more content, so you stay tuned. And as we continue this series, and hopefully you will become a better turkey hunter.